Hello everyone and welcome to Composition 2. I'll be your instructor this semester, Erin O'Keefe. You can find more about me in the class. I'm just going to do a short overview video to talk a little bit about what you need to do to get started, and you'll see a video similar to this every week. A lot of the times these videos will just help students. If they have questions, they can watch the video first. Often I'll answer questions that you might have so that you don't have to send me an email and try to get a hold of me that way. On the front page of the class, you'll see my contact information down here. I do include my cell phone for students to text me. Please do not call my cell phone. I won't answer it if you call me. And then on the syllabus is my office phone number. You can also call me there if you want to actually talk to me. New announcements will be posted here. I post at least 2 every week, and so you want to make sure that you're kind of keeping track of that. You can turn on and off notifications over here for announcements and that kind of thing. So if you are one of those people who, you at least look at your email pretty regularly, that can help you out with knowing when to get back into the class to get something done. So when you click on modules, pretty much everything for the class is going to be under the modules tab. First, I do want to point out the syllabus. When you click on the syllabus tab, it will take you to our simple syllabus program that we have through Allen. And it does record who reads the syllabus. So I can see not only whether or not you looked at the syllabus, but how much of the syllabus you read. So it's really important that you scroll down to the bottom, and you actually, if you go down to the very bottom, it'll give you this option at the bottom to acknowledge. It's important that you click on that, because if you don't, and there's an issue later on, I can see whether or not you actually looked at the policies for the class. So important policies include AI use, which I'll talk about in a minute, the vacation policy, and the late work policy. These will all be different depending on the class that you're in. So it's really important to understand what the policy is for this specific class. And if you have questions, make sure that you send me an email. So most of the time, though, when you get into the class, you'll be going under the modules tab. For this, right now, you have just access to a couple of modules. There's 16 total, but you only have the first one open. And the reason is because I do not want students working ahead this semester. A lot of what we do, it's really dependent on me being able to give you feedback in a timely manner in order for you to be able to move forward in the class. And so if I have too many students who are working ahead, then I don't have time to do that. So you do only have access to one module at a time, but I do try to give you plenty of time to get them done. So the next module is typically open like the Friday before the previous module is due. And so you do have a few extra days depending on how you like to schedule your work. You should have plenty of time I know some students like they can only work on the weekends. That's fine. You should have plenty of time to do that. So first thing you need to do, though, is to look through the academic honesty policy. So you can see that right now the class itself is closed. I cannot access any of the first module information, and that's because I haven't gone through the academic honesty and AI use policy. So I need to click on each page of this module. So I'm going to start here at the beginning. I want you to read through all this information. I know it's a lot, but it's really, really important. Some of it should be, review type information for what you've done before. I have some scenarios here. This first one is about use of ChatGPT, which a lot of students have questions about AI use. This is the first scenario right here, gives you more information. The second one, and then the third one deal with academic dishonesty. And then I have some more information about the Turnitin plagiarism report. I do want to point out, because I get a lot of emails about this, you cannot see the AI use report in Turnitin. Only the instructor can see that. So if you have questions about that, you're welcome to send me an email, but you can't see it, only I can see it. I don't know why it is like that, but it is. And then I have a whole long page here about AI use and expectations. So there's a couple of things in here that a lot of students just kind of do naturally, in that especially use of things like Grammarly to change your sentences. That is considered AI use. And so there are some situations where doing something like that will get you penalized grade-wise, and so you need to be very aware of what's going on in this class and how your writing is presented. You can use all kinds of free resources out there to detect AI use in your own writing, which I encourage you to do. And then I've got some articles here if you want to know more about it. But the basic AI use policy for this class is I will assign each assignment a level, and that is the level to which AI can be used for that assignment. So if it's a level 0, then I don't want any use of AI text generators at all. And that is really important. So this would be the type of assignment where it's a free write and I'm expecting that natural human error in it, and I'll talk more about when we get to an assignment like that. Most of your assignments are going to be set at about a level 1, which is, I don't care if you use something like Grammarly just to help you, make sure your punctuation is correct or you don't have any spelling errors or something like that. But excessive use that takes away from your own authentic voice and tone will get you penalized. And so there are some assignments that even go up to a level 3 where you're actually allowed to use AI. But there are some restrictions to it. Any use of AI, I'm expecting you to cite. So if you use, Grammarly, if you use ChatGPT, it's going on that assignment as a source that you have used. And this is a really good practice to get into because this is the expectation that's going to be for you going forward. A lot of what's going on is very, very new. And so we're really trying to navigate this as best as possible and get students used to habits that are good for you that will help you in the future. The other thing I really and strongly encourage you to do is to save your work in the form of multiple drafts. So first time you write something, you save it, and then the next time, like before you do any proofreading, copy and paste it into a new document, and then proofread and edit that new document. The reason is because then you can create a paper trail, essentially, of your writing and how it has progressed over time. Because that way, if you're falsely accused of AI use, which does happen, then you have proof to say, no, this is actually my own writing, and this is what it looked like, the first time I created it. And that will help to manage how you approach any type of discussion of AI, but also accusation of AI use. So I'm really strongly encouraging that, or use of Google Docs, which does track your typing. So that can also help. So the last thing that you're going to do is you're going to read this confirmation of understanding and you need to mark it as done. If you don't do that, then you will not be allowed to progress forward. So once I've done that, then the first module is now open and I'll be able to see the overview in this video that I'm creating and all of that. So what happens is for each module, you have overview, a to-do list, or readings. Because we're using a Cengage book, which you can access up here under course textbooks, this e-textbook, the new Harbrace Guide, you click on that link and this will take you to the book. If you've never used a Cengage book before, it will ask you to create an account, and then you can navigate with the table of contents over here. I also try to give you the link directly to the chapter, which works the same way. Once you've logged into Cengage, it should automatically open it up each time. And so I've got just the chapters linked. And so you're going to start reading there. Those chapters you'll be tested over in the next module. And then you have a couple of assignments to start off with. Academic honesty quiz, which should be fairly self-explanatory. And I know there's a lot about academic honesty right here at the beginning, but that's just because it's really, really important in a writing class. And then you also have the beginning semester reflection email that you're going to send to me. And you can see right away that I've got AI use levels for each of these assignments. And so you'll see this for each one. You'll see one at the bottom of the directions. And then for a lot of them, you'll see a rubric that will tell you, what sort of penalty you might get. Sometimes it'll have point values on it and sometimes it won't, depending on, how I need to use it to grade. And then the information, the directions for the assignment are here. So this first assignment is just to send me an email. Strengths and weaknesses as a writer, a goal that you have for the class, any questions that you have, concerns, that kind of thing. And then you'll get your points for that. So you don't have to do anything other than send me that email. And then you're going to do a discussion board, which is pretty standard for most classes, just introducing yourself to the class. Please include a picture. It doesn't have to be a picture of you necessarily. It could be a picture of your pets or something, but it's nice to see people's faces. And then you have this academic honesty quiz, which is out of the academic honesty module. Should be fairly self-explanatory. You can take it as many times as you want to get the grade that you want. So that is just the first module. It should not take you very long to complete these assignments, but we're just getting into the semester. And then it is kind of a short week since we start on a Monday. So just keep that in mind, that next module should open up like the Friday of that week. So you should be able to jump right into module 2 as soon as that's open, if for those of you who like to work ahead a little bit. If you have questions, send me an email. Otherwise, have a great week.